Hey, Eagle Run 2-3, working on some ammo this evening, updating my log books and seeing what I have. This is some 22 caliber long rifle. So you're probably like me, you're looking for ammo, you can't find the ammo. And before anyone flips out, I did not buy any of this in 2020. So this is some old stuff that I just hang on to in case we need to go shoot 22 long rifle. I have two children that shoot 22, and it's fun to plink with, and got a couple different guns that shoot it, so it's nice to have some and not have to go to the store to get it. So enough about that. I didn't buy any of this. I haven't caused any panic. I am like you. I am looking for it and cannot find it. So I have a couple of things that I want to talk about to maybe help explain what I think is going on. I am a professional homeowner. I make a couple YouTube videos that like maybe 20 people watch, so I am by no means an expert, but I do have a couple things I want to share with you, and I have one or two pieces of inside information that I've learned after spending some time with some family members who are in the business. So first things first, you got to understand the scope, the difference between a million and a billion. We're going to convert this to seconds so we can maybe understand it a little bit better. A million seconds is 11 and a half days, but a billion seconds is 31 years. 31 years versus 11 and a half days. That is the difference between a million and a billion. We throw these terms around and we don't really sometimes understand the scope, because it's just not numbers that we deal with on a regular basis. So you can go do the math on that and check me, but it is correct. I just punched it into the calculator here before I filmed this, and there is a significant distance between a million and a billion. Well, now there's over 100 million gun owners in the United States, and all of those people have bought ammo. And if you think about, well, there's 17 million guns sold and 5 million new gun owners. Here's another thing that's really powerful about YouTube. If you were to Google, how much ammo do I need? How many bullets do I need? If you were to punch that in to YouTube, for example, the top 5 videos all recommend that you have 1,000 rounds for of that caliber for your gun. 1,000 rounds is what every of the top 5 video recommends. If you were asking me, that's what I would recommend as well. That's probably one of the main reasons why we're out of ammo. Now, there's a ton of conspiracies that people are, that the government's got it stockpiled or that it's in some warehouse somewhere. I don't necessarily believe that that's true. I think the American people are purchasing large quantities of ammo, and I think that's awesome. I think that's great. There's no reason to be scared about that or anything. I think it's awesome. New shooters, that's good for us. Let's talk about the factories. In talking to a family member who's in the industry, back in the summertime, I'm not for sure exactly when this happened, but in the fairly recent history here, there were some importing issues on primers. Primers are an integral part of ammo manufacturing. If you can't have primers, you can't make ammo. And so the primers are no longer available from this particular company. And so a lot of, I guess it was some retooling and some remanufacturing of some stuff so that they could make primers. But now primers are being made elsewhere than our normal location where a lot of these guys were getting primers. So that definitely caused some problems probably back 6 months ago. And then as you came into this fall, one of the things, because I ordered some ammo this fall, and it came in just fine. It was a little bit more expensive than normal, but not anything crazy, kind of like what's going on right now. So when I was ordering ammo this fall, I found that you could back order ammo on most of these sites, the websites. You could back order. So they didn't have it in stock, but they would still sell it to you at whatever price. Then they were back ordering it. Now you can't even really back order very much. A couple places are, but if you think about, hey, we're buying more ammo, and we're going to talk about the numbers of that here in just a second, but hey, we're shooting more ammo, we're buying more ammo, there's new gun owners, so there's a lot of variables there. We weren't able to get primers. That definitely led to an issue. And then you have back orders that needed to be filled. It's easy to see how, the just-in-time shipping that most places, most places order what they need, and they have stuff shipped in when it sells to keep, to keep stuff from sitting on the shelf. The cool thing about that is it makes things inexpensive, but the problem with that, when there's fluctuations, we can have shortages. This happened with groceries this summer. It's happened with lots of produce and things like that, where it was setting and it was not going to be available later because it's not going to be good, and you waste a season. You can't get onions again until next year. So things like that. It's easy. We kind of have firsthand experience with this, so we kind of know how it works, and it's all true for ammo. So best I can tell, and I'm Googling stuff. I don't have any specific information from a reliable source on this, but best I can tell, the demand on a normal year is between 8 and 10 billion rounds of ammo. That's what the manufacturers make. That's what we buy. There's some fluctuations, and that leads to back orders and shortages, but for the most part, about 8 to 10 billion rounds a year. A billion. Now, if you factor in these new gun owners, you're pushing that number up quite a bit. And just go through and do the math if you would like. Or I actually found several articles when I Googled some of this for the topic when I was getting ready for this video. It's estimated that our demand is probably closer to 15 billion rounds currently, because it went up and because of the current buying. Now, everyone says, hey, don't panic, because these manufacturers are, they're working 3 shifts and they're working all night and they're making ammo 24 hours a day. Well, if they're able to make 1 million extra rounds a day, 1 million extra rounds, think about that versus the billion rounds that we need. We're short about 5 billion rounds from the 8 or 10 that we normally shoot. So how long is it going to take with that 33% extra output of 1 million rounds a day in order to cover that? That's not a quick solution. You're throwing millions at billions, and it just doesn't add up. It takes a long time. Now, we don't need to be scared about this. Most of us are prepared, and we have enough to take care of what our needs are. But if you want to go out shooting and keep training, you're going to consume ammo. So it's always a good idea to make sure you have what you need. And ammo's no different than any other topic of things that your family needs. So let's talk about the next part of this, which is kind of the panic buying. I found a YouTuber that I definitely disagree with, and they said, if you go into a store and they got 38 special and you don't own a 38 special, buy the 38 special anyway, because you can barter the 38 special later to get something that you need. This is a bad idea. And it's sitting there on the shelf and you're buying it and it's in your hands. I get it. But we have to try to not do this, because think about the manufacturing. If they're retooling all their machines to make, 5.56, and they're making 5.56 at a crazy rate, but that means they're not making any 38 special. But the 38 special is flying off the shelves. So do you see how this creates a problem? When they're done with the 5.56, now they got to go on and make the 38 special, because there's orders for it, just like there are orders for 9mm and 40 cal. So you're actually putting a strain on the system by taking that demand. And if you need the 38 special, you got a buddy who needs it, and you want to trade him for some 22 or whatever, I mean, do what you got to do. But try not to buy a caliber that you don't even own a gun for. I think things are going to be, things are probably going to calm down. I've already noticed, I'm shooting this video at the tail end of 2020, and I've already noticed that just since last week, which was Christmas week, just since last week and the last week, there's several more things available. Now, they're expensive. You're talking 70 cents a round for 5.56. That's double what it should be. You're talking 60, 70, 80, 90 cents a round for 9mm. That's triple what it should be. So yeah, there's definitely some ammo out there. You're going to have to pay for it. But I think things will settle out here as we move forward. But the scary part is, when you talk about that million to that billion, it could take 2, 3, 4 years before it's kind of the way that it was in 2019, which is kind of disconcerting. So, all right, well, I'm going to keep logging my stuff here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. We've been doing some gun content here recently, but we've got an axe we're going to sharpen here coming up. And we're working on our 6.5 Creedmoor, and I got several knives that are waiting to be thrown on the Tech Studios profile. So make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video.